Good morning. You're gonna have to bear with me this video as I don't know this area, so just gonna walk for like 15 minutes and then figure it out. So kind of a cool area. Anyway, moved hostels yesterday. Wanted to talk about that. I think I was going to talk about the criteria for a good hostel that I'm looking for. Because I got here and it's a lot more cramped than I was expecting. The last one was real, so it's the same brand hostel. So should I go that way? It's so dark. Sure. Yeah, anyway, it's very cramped. And so rather than this like big open room with like a bunch of the capsule beds, it's a bunch of like 6 and 8 bed rooms, and there's no place to put my bag on the ground because it's like you open up the door and then there are these 2 like cubby areas, but like other people have their bags there already, and then it's just like a main like alley hallway with like the 2 bunk beds, like so 8. So not ideal. And then you're not allowed to have food in the room, and they'll fine you 250 ringgit, which is like $50 US. They said the same thing at the last place because it's the same brand, but I had food in there anyway. Some people saw me like bring it in, but I was like storing it underneath my bed. But this one, because it's so like cramped, there's like no room to put my stuff, and there are no cabinets here, so like there's like no way for me to have food anyway, or in any way, basically. So that changes my food situation, because now I can't be eating my nuts in the afternoon and overnight oats in the evening. I can still make coffee, but I don't know if it's worth it. We'll see. And then the work area is pretty small. I think there's like 10 seats rather than the last one had like 2 big rooms. So the Wi-Fi is okay, 10 over 10. And one of the big question marks for me about this one was, so I made this Google map, of course. I made this Google map to help me search for locations for hostels, basically. And so I mapped out a bunch of like health food restaurants, food places, as well as malls, as well as all the Anytime Fitness locations. I think that's it. And so like I was looking for clusters. So like if there's a cluster of like, there's an Anytime Fitness, and right next door is like a healthy food restaurant, and then right next door is like a food court or a hold on. Do I walk this way? Maybe I'll walk this way. If there's a cluster, then like if I can find a hostel or like some kind of accommodation around there, then like perfect. And so that's what I did with the last one. There are these great healthy food restaurants right next door. But this one is there are not. So, but it's right next to two big like shopping malls. There are shopping malls everywhere here, and in one of those shopping malls is a big like a big food court with like a whole bunch of, not really, I guess they're kind of stalls, but little like shops, not really shops, just like different types of food, with like common area sitting in the middle. So I ate there last night. Not too sure about the healthy options, but we'll see. So I think the bottom line here is that it's not looking too hot on this hostel. It's also $3 US more expensive than the last one. The last one I could get for like 14 to, it's like $13.50 to $14.50 per night. This one's like 18. But this one has a pool, so another pool that I'm probably not going to use. Anyway, I'll use it once. I'm here for like 3 nights, I think, and then I'm going to check out this other hostel in the area, which maybe, fingers crossed, is better. But yeah. Oh, most importantly, I went to the gym yesterday, and see, one of the things about this neighborhood and hostel is that it's closer to the gym. Now see, there's this big like one-way, like basically feels like a super highway. It's like, I think it's like 6 lanes, like one way, 6 lanes, one way. And I wish I could show you a map. The Anytime Fitness is on the north side of this highway. I'm going to call it highway. And the previous hostel, there's a bunch of people. What are we doing here? The previous hostel was also on the north side, so I didn't have to cross the highway. But this hostel is closer, but it's on the south side. But there's a cross. You can cross the superhighway on the other side of Anytime Fitness. So rather than running, I think it was like 10 minutes, including 2 minutes of standing waiting for a light to turn green, so I could cross a crosswalk, or it might have been like 3 minutes. I ran for, I think it was 5 minutes, including waiting for about a minute, and I only had to cross, well, I got lucky with this street, crossed twice versus crossing 1, 2, 3, 4 times, 4 crossroads, the last run. So huge, actually huge. So there's that. What else? Happy Chinese New Year. What are we at? 9 minutes? That's pretty much it. First impressions, not too hot. Go to work. gonna work today. Not a lot of seats. Wi-Fi's okay. There's some comfortable seating outside by the pool. That's nice. And that's pretty much it. What's today? Saturday? Started working on these videos are just a jumbled mess. One day. Anyway, one of the things that I implemented in my end of the year efficiency optimization thing, bobber, was figuring out a system to implement recurring tasks for myself. And so some of those tasks I am doing at the end of January, beginning of February, which is now. So kind of working through some of those things, doing an 80-20 reflection analysis, thinking about what I'm constrained by right now. That is going well and helpful for both business and personal life. Cleaning up some photos, memories, tending to my overflowing image garden that is Google Photos, stuff like that. Anyway, I'll call it there. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.